The moment these documents dropped, they ignited a firestorm across Washington and far beyond it, raising a question that refuses to go away. Is the U.S. Department of Justice being fully transparent with the American public about the Jeffrey Epstein case? Or is it carefully shaping the narrative by deciding what to release and what to keep hidden? For many Americans watching this unfold, the controversy isn't just about a notorious financier or a long-closed criminal investigation, but about trust in institutions, political accountability, and whether justice is applied equally, no matter how powerful the names involved may be. As the newly released batch of Epstein-related documents began circulating, social media and cable news quickly focused on one striking detail. The files were filled with references to well-known and influential figures, reigniting debates about elite privilege and unanswered questions surrounding Epstein's network. Yet conspicuously absent, according to critics, was any significant mention of former President Donald Trump. That absence alone became a story of its own, fueling accusations from multiple sides and deepening suspicions that the public was being shown only part of a much larger picture. Donald Trump, responding to renewed attention on the Epstein case, dismissed the controversy outright. He accused Democrats of promoting what he called an Epstein hoax, arguing that the issue was being weaponized as a political distraction. In Trump's view, the timing and framing of the document releases were not about transparency or justice, but about shifting public focus away from issues he believes are more damaging to his political opponents. His remarks immediately intensified partisan lines, with supporters echoing his claims and critics accusing him of deflection. At the same time, the Justice Department appeared to steer attention toward former President Bill Clinton. Two agency spokespeople posted images on social media that they said showed Clinton in proximity to Epstein's victims, a move that critics described as highly unusual for a department that traditionally avoids public commentary of that nature. To some observers, the posts looked less like a neutral disclosure and more like a calculated attempt to frame public perception around specific individuals, rather than the broader institutional handling of the Epstein investigation. Clinton's team responded swiftly and sharply. Angel Urena, Clinton's deputy chief of staff, issued a statement accusing the White House of attempting to shield itself from scrutiny by redirecting attention to the former president. He argued that releasing decades-old, low-quality photos did nothing to address the central question Americans were asking. How did Epstein operate for so long? Who enabled him? And why did the justice system fail to stop him sooner? Urena's statement underscored a growing frustration among critics who believe the focus on political figures risks overshadowing the real issue: accountability for systemic failures. The White House, for its part, defended the release of the documents as evidence of transparency and a commitment to justice for Epstein's victims. Officials emphasized that making these materials public demonstrated a willingness to confront a dark chapter in the justice system's history. However, that assertion was quickly challenged by reports indicating that the disclosures did not come voluntarily. According to reporting, including coverage by Reuters, Congress had effectively forced the administration's hand after officials earlier in the year indicated that no additional Epstein files would be made public. That detail has proven critical in shaping public skepticism. If the administration truly believed in full transparency, critics ask, why did it initially resist releasing more information? And why did the documents that were eventually disclosed appear selective in nature? These questions have only grown louder as legal experts and journalists began examining what was missing from the release, not just what was included. Under the disclosure law that prompted the document release, the Justice Department was required to turn over information related to its handling of the Epstein investigation. This included internal reports, emails, and communications that could shed light on prosecutorial decisions, investigative missteps, and potential political pressure. Yet none of those materials appeared in the batch of documents released to the public. Instead, what emerged were materials that critics say offered little new insight into how Epstein was able to evade accountability for so many years. The law does allow the Justice Department to withhold certain categories of information, including personal details that could identify or further harm Epstein's victims, as well as material that could jeopardize an active investigation. Most Americans agree that protecting victims is non-negotiable, but the